Hey guys, this is Dimitri with Joe's Gaming and Electronics, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to replace your screen on your MacBook Pro model A2251. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and flip the MacBook over and remove the 6 cover screws using a P2 or a P5 bit. Once all 6 screws are removed, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use a metal pry tool to pry up just the back end a little bit so that we can slide in the plastic pick in and just go ahead and run it around. You should hear it unclip. Once we've done that and you've unclipped the left and the right side, go ahead and just grab one end, pull up lightly until you hear it pop off. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna just go ahead and pull it back so that it comes off the hinges in the corner. Once we've removed the cover, go ahead, set that aside. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and peel this up because we're going to remove the main ribbon screw and go ahead and drain any remaining battery or power that the MacBook has before we take the screen off. So we're going to peel this up, pull up this clip, and pull the ribbon back. And then we're gonna go ahead and use a T5 screwdriver and remove this big screw right here. Once we've removed that, go ahead and lightly pull the ribbon off the motherboard, and we're gonna go ahead and open up the MacBook and press the power button to drain any remaining power. Press and hold it for 5 seconds about. Now that we've done that, let's go ahead and take off the screen. So first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and remove the screws that cover the screen screws. I believe it's a T2. Just kind of pull this tab out. Go ahead and repeat the steps on the other side. Remove that. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and remove all of these screws on the Wi-Fi antenna, including these right here, this, and all these screws that you see here, as well as the Wi-Fi antenna. It's going to help us take the screen off a lot easier. For the Wi-Fi antenna screws, we're going to be using a P2 bit. Once all those screws are removed, we're going to go ahead and remove these screws with the brackets. And I believe we are going back to the T. This looks like it's the T3 bit. This sure is. Remove this metal bracket. Set it with the screws so that you don't get it all mixed up. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this one. And then go ahead and remove the two screws with the metal bracket that holds down the ribbon. Once we've done that, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and remove those screws, and then we're going to go ahead and proceed with removing these last four. It doesn't matter what order you do it. You could do these first or those first, doesn't really matter. I believe these ones are the P5 bit. Or they could be the T5. They're the T5. Once all the screws are removed, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use our flathead screwdriver and unplug the Wi-Fi antenna by just simply going underneath each point and just lightly prying up. Once we do that, we're going to go ahead and remove the Wi-Fi antenna screw. It's just going to make the installation process a lot easier. Once that is done, go ahead and unplug the ribbon from the motherboard, like so. Then now we are ready to move along. So to make this a lot easier, we're going to go ahead and remove the Wi-Fi antenna. You can simply do that by just grabbing one end and pulling it up. Once you do that, just kind of work it a little until the wires slide out. And if you're planning on doing this repair, keep in mind that all the tools you see me using, we do sell them on our website. The link will be down in the description below. Once we've removed all the screws and the Wi-Fi antenna, we're going to go ahead and flip the MacBook so that the screws from the screen are facing us. And we're going to go ahead and use the T8H bit, and we're going to remove these screws. Don't take them all out, just do 2 on each side. Once we've removed these, what you're going to want to do before you remove these last 2 screws is you're going to actually want to open up your MacBook. It's going to be very hard for me to get this into the camera angle, but essentially you want to open your MacBook so it's like this and have this side hanging down on the table so that when you take the last 2 screws out right here, this screen, you can pop it up and out. So I'm going to go ahead and just set this like so. Do my best to keep it in the camera. Remove that screw. Once we've removed the last two screws, just go ahead and pop it up and out. And there you have it, your broken screen. We're gonna go ahead and put this aside. Grab our new screen that we're gonna be installing, and we're gonna go ahead, flip it over. Make sure that these cables right here where you have the ribbons and the LCD board, that they're facing out, and right here that you don't actually pinch them in and close them inside. Go ahead and bring it to the side of your table. If necessary, it does make it a little bit easier to just popping the screen in. Once we've popped it in, we're gonna go ahead and install two of the middle screws back in. Once we've done that, go ahead and close up your MacBook. But first things first, inspect it. Make sure that you don't have any ribbons sticking out that shouldn't be. Once you've done that, go ahead and fold it up and flip it back over. Go ahead and proceed with installing the rest of the speaker screws, or sorry, screen screws. Once we've done that, the next thing that we're gonna do is, just to make it a little easier, we're gonna keep the MacBook the same way, and we're gonna go ahead and install the Wi-Fi antenna back in. So essentially these wires that you see sticking out of the antenna, you're gonna wanna make sure that you feed them into here, right into this divot. And once you see it sticking out a little bit there, go ahead and just kind of use your flathead to assist it. Once we've got it in, go ahead and just grab these wires. Pull them up. There's a metal clip right there that you want it to come up to. That's where the screw goes down. So once we've done that, we're gonna go ahead, flip this over and install the Wi-Fi antenna screw. Once we've done that, the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and install all these little screws that we took out of the Wi-Fi antenna using our T2 bit. And once all these screws are installed, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and install these 4 screws. I'm going to go ahead and use our T5 screwdriver. Once we've installed these 4 screws, we're going to go ahead and install these brackets with these little silver screws. I believe it's the T2, yep. Once we've done that, we're gonna go ahead and flip these over, tuck them in, and then we're gonna go ahead and do the same on this side. Once we've done that, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to install all these screws. Alright, so we're going to use our T3 bit to go ahead and install these 4 screws. Once those 4 screws are installed, go ahead, take this metal bracket, put it back into place, and we're going to go ahead and fasten it with the 2 little black screws. Once we've done that, go ahead, take the metal bracket that holds down the ribbon. Make sure you plug it in. You just place it over the top, press down on it. You'll feel it pop into place. We're going to go ahead and fasten it down. I found it. I dropped it. And I was fortunate enough to find it. If you drop any of these screws, rip. They're too small. Good luck finding them. So do your best not to drop them. Once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and take these tabs, place them back into the corners like so. We're going to go ahead and screw them down. Once we've done that, the next step that we're going to do is we're going to take this big screw that we removed from the main ribbon. We're going to push the ribbon down, and we're going to go ahead and fasten the screw using our T5 screwdriver. Once we've done that, go ahead and plug this ribbon back in. And once you've plugged it in, go ahead and pull down the ribbon fastener clip. So once we've plugged it in and we push down the fastener, we're going to go ahead and take our back cover. And essentially for the back cover, what you're going to do is you're going to want to make sure that these pins and clips line up with these. And you're just gonna put it really close together, and essentially you're just sliding it back on. Sometimes applying a little bit of pressure up top here kind of helps. Once you've got it in and it looks pretty flush and even, go ahead and just push down on the middle. You should hear it clip in, and then on the sides as well. Once you've done that, you are ready to install the back casing screws, and we're going to go ahead and use the P5 bit. Once you've installed the back housing screws or the casing screws, you have officially replaced the screen on your MacBook Pro. And if you like, before you even close it up, you could install this back. It's not necessarily, we typically don't, we just go ahead and toss it. But if you want, you can install this. It just goes where you pulled the big screw from the main flex ribbon. But other than that, once you've done all these steps, you have officially replaced the screen on your MacBook Pro model A2251.